Hello my little lovelies. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable figurine from Disney's Tangled, and it's featuring Rapunzel and her beautiful luscious hair. I know I made this figurine not too long ago, but I decided that I actually really loved her enough to remake her, and this is my remade version of Rapunzel. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. For more like these, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's move on to the tutorial. As always, you're going to start with a flesh colored piece of clay to form the head, and you're going to roll out multiple pieces of yellow clay to form her hair. And you're going to have a lot of this, and what you're going to do is take your roller and gently flatten these out until you have spaghetti-like looking pieces. Once you're done having a lot of pieces of this spaghetti looking clay, go ahead and attach it to the back of her head. It doesn't matter if it's uneven, we're going to fix this all later. And for her bangs, she has side swoop bangs, so I'm going to start on her left corner side and just have the hair swoop over to the side to form her bangs. And of course I'm going to add a little bit to the right so it looks nice and even. So to even out her tips, I'm going to use my fingers to smooth out any rough and uneven edges, and I'm going to gently roll in each of the tips so that her hair looks like it has nice luscious curls everywhere. And don't worry if the hair looks like it's kind of flat, we'll fix this later. Moving on to her torso, you're going to take a light colored piece of purple clay and roll it into a cylinder, and you're going to attach it with a flesh colored clay and roll this into a nice smooth cylinder. Once you're all done, you're going to cut off the excess clay by making a small V shape at the bottom of her torso, and this is where the torso is going to attach to her nice little dress. And of course, the top of her neck has too much clay, so I'm just going to take off some extra flesh colored clay on the top. So to form her dress, I'm taking a plum purple and I'm going to roll this into a nice little cone, and at the very top I'm going to cut out another V shape so that this can fit the nice little torso I made earlier perfectly. With a clay tool, I'm going to form indentations all along the sides of her dress to form the ruffles in her dress. The lines don't have to be perfect, but I like to emphasize the lines so it gives her body a lot more shape and dimension. So her skirt will look like this, and once you're all done, you can go ahead and attach the torso to her skirt. To form the accents on her dress, I'm going to take a white piece of clay and roll this into a very long thin snake, and I'm going to do the same thing with a light pink color as well. If you notice on Rapunzel's bodice, she actually has a corset like bodice in the very front, so I'm taking the pink clay and I'm going to zigzag this in the front, kind of like shoelaces, to form the little design. Once you're done with this step, I'm going to take the white clay and I'm going to put it in between the torso and the skirt to make the nice little outline between the two colors. And I'm going to tug this very gently in between the crack of her torso and her skirt. And for a little more detailing, I'm going to take a white piece of clay and line the bottom of her skirt to form a little nice ruffle underneath her dress. And with my blade, I'm just going to put little dents into the white clay where the ruffles of her skirt was at. Alright, so now that we're done with her body, let's move on to her arms and shoulders. So I'm taking a flesh piece of colored clay and rolling it to a thin snake to form her arm. And I'm going to put a nice little pin inside the center of this arm to help attach the poofy sleeve to the little arm. With the light pink clay that you rolled out earlier, I'm going to attach this all around the circumference of the little purple circle so that you form all the detailings around her sleeve. Finally, you're going to take a white piece of clay and outline the area between the poofy sleeve and the arm. Alright, so you're ready to put the head and the body together, and I'm going to take a nice little silver pin and I'm going to put this in the center of the head to help hold the head and the body together. And once you are happy with where this pin is, go ahead and place the body through the pin as well. Once you're happy with the placement, go ahead and attach the arms and shoulders onto the body. And I like to put both of her arms facing inward because I'm going to have her hold her little lizard friend when I'm all done. With a tiny flesh-colored piece of clay, I'm going to stick this where her ears are going to be to form her nice, adorable little ears. And now that all the major parts of her body have really been put in place, I can go ahead and reshape her hair to hug all around her body the way that makes me happy. So I'm just going to form all the curls to hug her body as tightly as possible. With some more flesh-colored clay, I'm going to attach this to the bottom of her dress to form her adorable little feet. And I'm not going to give her any shoes because she kind of runs around without shoes in, I feel like, more than half the movie. To form Rapunzel's reptilian friend, which I believe is an iguana, I'm going to take a green piece of clay and roll this with one side into a taper. And on the tapered end, I'm going to roll this up to form its curled little tail. With another piece of light green clay, I'm going to roll this into a slight little cone and attach it to the opposite end to form his adorable little head. And since Pascal has a lot of long extremities, I'm going to take pieces of light green clay and roll them into tiny little long thin snakes and put them where his extremities should be. So I'm just going to give Pascal some simple eyes and a nice little mouth to form his most basic face. And once you're all done, you can put it in the center of Rapunzel's hands, and we can now move on to her face. So with all my chibi faces, I like them to have very large, widely spaced apart eyes. I'm going to give her these really dark foresty green eyes. I'm going to give her some light brown eyebrows right above her eyes, and that will give her a much more gentle and subtle look as well. And of course, every princess needs a little small petite mouth in the center. Don't forget to add some white highlights to give her eyes some shine and depth, and give her some nice rosy pink cheeks because most princesses are blushing. So your Rapunzel princess is pretty much all done. You're ready to bake her in the oven. With the clay that I'm using, I baked her at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20-25 minutes. I know this chibi character is a little more complicated and a little more time consuming, but I hope you guys really enjoy it because Rapunzel is probably one of my most favorite Disney characters. For more videos like these, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. My Instagram username is flyingmio. You can follow me there if you want. And do check out my other channel, MioMango, for more videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please share with me your creations with me. I'd love to see what you made. Good luck and thanks for watching.